At SLK_Cowan76 just subscribed.
The talented Los Angeles Clippers versus the world champion Los Angeles Lakers. The battle for LA continues here on 2K Sports.
Opening day all around the NBA. We're happy to tip off the season with you here today. With Mark Kellogg, Kevin Harlan. With that road trip behind them, the Lakers ready to perform in front of their Los Angeles fans. Look now as T-Mobile presents the starting lineups for Mike Dunleavy and Phil Jackson. Now let's check out the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. Clark, looking at the Clippers, what do they need to do to secure a win?
It's all about Kobe Bryant and how they plan to slow him down. He's a potent scorer with a bevy of moves at his disposal. With his offensive arsenal, you've got to think about double teaming.
As we take a look at the Lakers, what do you think the key will be going up against the Clippers?
Well, you've got to find a way to deal with their length. They were right near the top of the league last year in block shot. What does that mean if you play against a team like it? You've got to be ready to move the ball, set solid screens, and then you got to be prepared to take the first available perimeter shot. Because if you take it inside, they're sending it back at you.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. Thanks, Clark.
In the best of circumstances, that's going to be a tough shot for him. And that was not the best of circumstances.
And Bryant gets it to go.
Kobe Bryant. There's a lot of meat on Kobe's game, and ironically, his name refers to a state. He was named after a state. That young man has meat on his game for days.
And Andrew Bynum pulls it down. On defense, the Clippers. This, of course, their first opportunity to play the Lakers.
The first of 4 here. Conference rivals meeting, so you know they'll be going at each other pretty hard.
Knowing each other very well. Now Gordon, after Ron Artest's three-pointer that didn't go. Here's Davis. He comes, and the foul. That's on Lewis Williams. Starting out this series, Clark, they're just, getting a feel for each other, feeling out this year's roster.
That's exactly right, Kevin. In the early season, you do a little scouting. This is where you get your bearings and kind of figure out what you need to do to beat those guys. I love these rivalries.
And here is Williams. Here's Gasol. And it's Kaman with the rebound. On offense, here are the Clippers. To the middle, to Griffin. Kaman, the jump hook. Shot is up. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Deflects the pass. Stolen by the Clippers. From inside. Finishes with the soft touch. He has some favorite players in the NBA, Clark, and Chris Kaman is one of them.
He sure is, because he's so skilled with his back to the basket. He shoots it with both hands. He rebounds effectively. He's selfless. I think this guy is really a solid NBA center in the old school mode, and that he can score with his back to the basket, and he's comfortable and content to do that.
And it's scooped up by the Clippers. Davis inside, working on Williams. A jump hook, and Davis gets it to go. Every time I look at Baron Davis, I think of that great series he had with the Golden State Warriors against the Dallas Mavericks in that first-round playoff.
Yeah, he was absolutely scintillating. I mean, he was spectacular. But he's had injuries that have always sidetracked him at some point in the course of his career. But when he is healthy, he is as unique a point guard as there is in the league with this combination of power, explosiveness, and shot-making ability.
And here is Davis after Pau Gasol's bucket.
Not a bad foul there, Kevin. You don't want him to get the easy layups.
He knocks down the first one. And he splits the free throw.
Could have had more there, but at least he made it a 2-possession game.
The Lakers trail. Here's Bynum. Flushes it with the one-handed jam. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Griffin. Kisses it off the glass and in.
They're really giving them all they can handle here. The defense is having a hard time keeping up.
So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 6. Gasol. The dump off to Williams. From short range. Lays it right in.
Such a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Here comes Davis. 5 points in the game. Kaman rips it down off the beautiful pass. He's got 5. And as you mentioned, the defense a step slow, trying to defend this offensive onslaught.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, when they're shooting at such a high percentage like they are, they're really difficult to beat.
Got the stop thanks to the block by Kamen. Here's Thornton.
What more can he ask for? Came up against very little defensive resistance, then boxed the layup.
And here is Williams. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Here's Bynum. Carries the short-range jump.
That's exactly the way you practice. Hit the open man for the great look.
Davis from close range, and Bynum pulls it down.
The D was lurking on that one, and it was just enough to throw off the shot.
A steal by Gordon. Here comes Davis. Here's Thornton, stolen away by Williams. Here's the break. A quick two-on test, takes it up, finished off the break. It seems like wherever Ron Artest is gone, that team has been perked up some way, somehow. A former defensive player of the year as he is, it makes defense contagious. He brings a new energy to it.
Yeah, his energy as well as his volatility impacts a team. And you like to see the energy more than the volatility.
Yes.
Because he is a force. Guards every position on the floor, does it with vigor, and then can give you points at the offensive end. Draws fouls, can post up, and can make the three. I mean, he's one of the most unique players in the game, but also one of the most volatile.
And here is Bryant following the basket by Blake Griffin. And Gasol gets it to go. And here is Davis. He's got 5. Here's King.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
And the Lakers call time here. Some changes there for the Lakers. And here is Williams. Right around 6 minutes left in the first. Odom, right wing. Bynum. Shot is off. And the Clippers the other way now. Here's the break. Up ahead to Griffin. Goes up. Finish off the break. 8 points for him.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's Bryant. Great finish in traffic.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, both teams have been on a tear. This could be a very high-scoring game.
Here's Griffin. A jump up. Good.
He's absolutely been unstoppable this quarter.
And here is Bryant. Dumps it off. Down low. To Williams. Walton. Bryant. Got a hand on it. Great play by Kamen. Here comes Davis. He's got 5. And here is Kamen, guarded by Odom. 5 on the shot clock. Lamar Odom pulls it in.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
And here is Williams. Man in the bucket with the dish, and it's stuffed in by Bynum.
You know, something else interesting about Kobe Bryant is he's done an about-face on Andrew Bynum. Highly critical of him a few seasons ago, really embracing what he brings to the table now.
And here is Davis. He's guarded by Williams. Dumps it off. Here's Gordon. Nails the easy jumper.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Bryant. Drops it in on the layup. 6 points for him.
When you see Kobe Bryant, you know about the numbers. He's a future Hall of Famer. But what many don't know and saw on display with the Redeem team is what kind of leader he is, what kind of worker he is, how hard he works at the defensive end of the floor as well as at the offensive end.
And here is Davis.
Now that A statement dunk right there, Kevin. Clear the runway for your own protection.
And here is Williams. 6-point game.
Get up!
Bynum in close. Gets the land.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He got it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfect.
Los Angeles calls timeout. A different group set to go for the Lakers. And here is Butler. To Griffin. Oh! Rips it down with one hand. 14 points for him.
Too easy. Far too easy.
Striked it away.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
Keenan backs in. Stolen away. The Lakers free. The break is on. Here's Vujicic. It's rebounded by Canby. And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrating, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both.
Kingman a screen. Here's Telfair. Drains it from three.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
And it's the Lakers ball. 9-point game. It's a pick by Bynum. Off the screen, cuts it down with one hand. He's got 10.
The well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
And here is Keenan. Bynum on 13 feet out, and it's Keenan missing.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
Here's Vujicic. Keenan's there. Tipped to Walton. Down low. Odom can't get it to go. And the Clippers the other way now. Keenan inside. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Brown backs him down. Pushes it with the one-handed jam. 12 points for him.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
To Butler. Griffin. Canby with it. Over Odom. Canby good.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given the chance.
Here's Vujicic. Nails it from close range.
Oh, easy lay in there. The D cannot allow that to happen.
The Clippers have taken the early lead.
Yeah, they've done a great job of pressuring the ball and coming up with steals. It's hard to win if you can't protect the rock.
And we end an exciting first quarter. The score, 35-28. All right, the second quarter should begin momentarily. Cheryl Miller has an update for us. Cheryl?
Well, guys, Kobe Bryant is considered the best player in the league. Ask any general manager, and they say if you want to start your franchise, they would start with Kobe Bryant, and he has accomplished so many things. 4 rings, MVP of the postseason, a gold medal, and now his jersey is the #1 selling jersey around the world. Let's bring it back to you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
So I'm just blowing, say what up to Mr. Spalding when I'm in these streets crawling. Could be busting in New Orleans or nicking through New York. Man, it's so much heat, it's Miami Airport. I'll be flying through the shower between threes, between fours.
So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 7. Please tune in October 31st, this Halloween, and the Washington Wizards. They'll be hosting the New Jersey Nets. That'll start 7 o'clock Eastern.
I think it'll be fun.
And so here are the Clippers. And
Down hard, a monster throwdown. Wow, boom! Fantastic pass to set the alley-oop jam up there. You gotta love that.
And here's Los Angeles. Here's Brown. Gets in close. And the rebound goes to Marcus Camby. The Clippers in the lead. Telfair can't extend the lead to double digits.
He had a pretty good look there, Kev. I'm surprised he didn't convert.
Gasol on the low block. Hit his leg. And it's whistle to kick. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. They'll be meeting up with the Mavericks. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Vujacic. Davis is on. Takes it up. Lifts it down with one hand. 6 points for him.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Kick off by Odom. And the Lakers have possession. Here's Vujacic. Off from three-point land.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
The alley-oop. Walks it up.
When you play together and get a feel for each other's tendencies, you start to make plays just like that.
And the Lakers have possession. Gasol backs in. Releases. Pinballs around and in. The Lakers made such a great acquisition, and they got Pau Gasol from Memphis Grizzlies. I laugh when I say that, as you do too, because you wonder how that even happened.
Yeah, it looked like somebody got bamboozled on that one, but clearly the Lakers benefited, and that Gasol is a perfect complement to Kobe Bryant, to Lamar Odom, to the rest of that Lakers club, and that he's a big guy that can step away from the basket and score. Actually, him and Bynum together, tremendous tandem. He brings a varied skill set, and that helps the Lakers win championship caliber.
Griffin covered by Vujacic. Here's Griffin, hits the elbow jumper.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Timeout called the Lakers. And it's going to be a good weekend starting Saturday. It'll be Yao Ming and the Houston Rockets as the Portland Trail Blazers roll into town. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
We'll see how it plays out.
So it's the Lakers now. Gasol hits. Nice pass. Leading into the block.
Easy look in the paint. Defense got abused there.
Here's Horton. Kept alive. The steal by Gasol.
Things got jammed up near the rim, and that left a golden opportunity for the steal.
The Lakers turn this one over out of bounds. A different group set to go for the Lakers. And so here are the Clippers. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Vujicic. Here's Gasol inside. The shot is off. Now the Clippers take it the other way. Gordon, two hands for safety.
What improvisation! He turns every dunk into something special.
Good looking screen by Gasol. From deep three-point range, Vujicic's shot is off.
I'm surprised he missed that three. The defense was very fortunate.
Here's Gordon, laid in softly off the glass. They now lead by 11.
His agility and soft touch really paid off there. Not many players could have laid that in.
To Powell, flushes it with the one-handed jam.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
Brown is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul.
Fouling will prevent the easy basket. You'll have to earn it at the line.
Now Gordon. Gordon to Collins. Now Thornton, guarded by Odom. The Lakers trail. Please tune in October 31st, this Halloween. We'll see Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. I'll be off there with Sacramento Kings. That one's scheduled for tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
You always want to get out of there with a win in that one.
And the Clippers have possession following the bucket. Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throw down there. The vertical game is in full effect. Look out below.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. Here's Williams.
He's just hurting their feelings on that.
Now Gordon. About 6.5 minutes left in the half. Jordan rips it down.
Despite his height, he's choosy with his dunks. But when he does, make way.
Left block. Here's Powell. Hits the jumper.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
And the Clippers call time here. Some adjustments for both teams. And here is Davis. 5 points in the game. Poked away. Stolen by Odom.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the bill.
Here's Bryant. Gently drops it in. 8 points for him.
There's no better finisher in the NBA than Kobe Bryant. When he's got you down, he wants to keep you down and step on you.
And here is Davis. On the way to Eric Gordon. Defended by Bryant. Gordon jams the corner shot. Nice bucket by the 2-year man out of Indiana. And here comes Kobe Bryant. He's got his. Here's Gasol. Connects from in close.
He's really come out this quarter saying, give me the ball, I'm taking over, I'm demanding the ball. And you know what? He's delivered. A tremendous performance this quarter.
Now Gordon. 6 points for him. And here is Davis. Here's Kaman on the paint. Graceful finish. 11 points in the game.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Bryant dumps it off. Here's Powell. And it's Kaman with the rebound.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
They got the advantage right now, Clark, +5. On close range, and the basket by Gordon. And here is Williams. And like we were saying, having more rebounds helps in so many ways.
Well, here with the lead, it's important that you eliminate second chance opportunities for your opponent and then get some of those yourself.
Here's Gordon. Dumps it down with one hand.
When he gets it that close, forget about it. It's all over.
So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 11. Kobe gets in the reverse jam. 10 points for him.
Nice looking reverse dunk there, and the defense couldn't do anything about it.
Davis to the left wing. Six seconds to shoot. Here's Gordon. Hits the tray. He's got 9 in this quarter alone. And here is Williams. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. To Williams. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. In close, and the rebound goes to Marcus Camby. And it's the Clippers' ball. A 12-point game, and Davis can't get it to go. Here's Williams, kept alive. Howell drains the graceful reverse layup. He's got 6.
Such a creative finish. That was an impressive move.
Into the screen. From inside, lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Here's Gasol. Lays it in off the glass.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Camby the screen. To Camby. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Davis. Off target from downtown.
Good job hustling here. I mean, making the extra effort. When you're down, you have to do all of the little things, Kevin.
And they're at a slight disadvantage on the boards. Rushes it with the one-handed jam. He's got 8. And Clark, you mentioned hustle. They have to turn up a notch.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. Intensity. You have to bring that to the court every time you step between. Not a sensational dunker, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
Here's Davis. Connects.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort. And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Al Gordon. A 12-point game. A 3-ball. Good. Clark, this can't continue to be the story for them. You can't convert if you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They've had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they turned it over too much.
On defense, the Clippers. The lead is 15. Here's Bryant. Sticks it from 17 feet. He's got 12.
That's simply what a superstar does. He can make the most difficult plays look silky smooth.
9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Six seconds to shoot. Scooped up. Here's Gordon. Buries the baseline J.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
And here is Williams. Here's Bryant. Misses the buzzer beater.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
The Clippers
have been red hot offensively.
Yeah, but we've still got 2 quarters to play. Anything can happen. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 71-56. Okay, it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. Well, let's check out the story of the stats. The Clippers have been able to score so easily that it seems almost effortless.
Yeah, they're putting on a clinic out there, as you can see from their sky-high field goal percentage.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Kevin, it's pretty clear that he means business. I mean, he's focused, he's giving excellent effort, and he's really locked in on winning this ball game.
Let's go to the T-Mobile halftime report. Let's now take a look at the team stats for the first half. The Clippers have been doing a great job of distributing the rock and finding the open man.
Yeah, if they can keep it up, I think they'll only increase their lead.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really started off well. I mean, he's given his squad just what they needed.
Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway.
Oh my God, was I muted that whole time? That is absolutely. What?
So get in and they get like this with me. Face to face and embrace your history. We got the recipe that erase the victory. Repping the south side of Chi-Town to the left of my gun. We live with the bay, you say they're the same. We crumble up like things people the shame. Yeah, we make them sweat, they can make us delay. How when they get props, we can take it away. Yeah, you never just be with the names. But there's voices deep up in dreams. Earth home, being a beauty man. One in the same world zone. Fight upon a vampire as the game grows on. Job.
Save and clip.
The relentless Los Angeles Clippers square up against the savvy Los Angeles Lakers. The battle for LA continues here on 2K Sports.
And here is Williams. Please tune in October 31st, this Halloween. It'll be Jordan Hill and the New York Knicks as they take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Start time 7:30 Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
Right. And here is Williams. He's guarded by Davis. Williams leads the game in assists.
Way working inside to get the high percentage look. Nice job there.
Barrett dumps it off. Here's Thornton. The shot misses. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Mark, this is the first they're seeing of the Clippers, their first game of the NBA. And here's Davis. He's got 7. Now Gordon, defended by Bryant, to Davis. Gordon, 6 seconds to shoot. Now Thornton, over Bryant, and the basket by Thornton. These two teams, Clark, just really playing on different levels.
They really were, Kevin. The outcomes were rarely in doubt. A clean sweep, simply said.
It's stolen by Thornton.
I forgot.
Stolen by Bryant. Flushes it with the one-handed jam. He's got 14.
Nice throwdown. That's how to take it to the rim and make it happen.
Here comes Davis. They need to get going. Here's Gordon. And Andrew Bynum pulls it down.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
Shoots it. And it's Bryant missing. And so here are the Clippers. Gets in close, and the basket by Thornton. And you're right, they need to rebound more effectively if they want to come back.
They need to do that and make all of the small plays, the little things, the loose balls, 50-50 balls that don't show up in the stat sheet, yet put your team in position to win.
And here is Davis. Keenan, right wing. To Gordon. Barrett passes it back. Now Gordon. The three won't fall.
That's his job. That's what he does. He clamped down on the shooter. He's one tough defender.
He's shooting October 31st. This Halloween. It's going to be the Houston Rockets at the Rockets Arena. Face the visiting Portland Trailblazers. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. Barrett connects from in close. 9 points in the game so far.
Kevin, that first step of his is as quick as a hiccup. He gets to the rim almost at will.
Rips it down with one hand.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's Griffin. Bryant with the rebound. The Lakers trail. Here's Bryant. Rips it down. A different group set to go for the Lakers. No good, and they don't get the three-point play. The Clippers in the lead. Keenan in close, finishes with the soft touch. 15 points in the game.
No wasted opportunities for him. He's been as efficient as a heat pump.
Williams to the high post. To Gasol. Rips it down with both hands.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Right corner. Bynum gets the defensive 3-second call. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
What are you doing, my man?
Eric Gordon had a short but very productive college career. He hasn't missed a beat coming to the NBA.
Well, scorers typically have the easiest adjustment to the NBA, especially when you have the range that Eric Gordon has and the strength. And he's an improving ball handler, so no surprise that when he got the opportunity, he puts big numbers up.
The Lakers get the denial, and it's still an 8-point game. The handoff to Bynum to the baseline, and Gasol gets it to go.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Davis is one basket away from a double-double. We'll see what he does here. To Kaman. Bynum under. Puts up the baby hook. That's good. 17 points in the game.
He is an absolute beast off the low block. And whoever's guarding him, I feel sorry for him.
Gasol connects.
Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Here's Thornton. Thornton hauls in the long rebound. Now Gordon. Griffin. He's guarded by Bynum. Here's Kaman. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Well, you can't get enough basketball, as there'll be more this Saturday. It'll be the Dallas Mavericks playing on the road as they take on the Clippers at Staples Center. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
Kept alive. It's blocked, and a foul's called. He knocks down the first one. He's off on the second. Bynum. They get the bucket. He's got 16.
That's great hustle there, Kevin. Persistence pays.
Came inside. Bynum up. Bynum on the shot clock. Here's Gordon from short range. Yes! And the foul. They get Paul Gasol. Brown is in the point. Now Gordon. He can't complete the three-point play. Gaiman's shot is good. So it's the Lakers now. 7-point differential. Chris Gaiman with the rebound. Got a piece of it. The steal by the Lakers.
They still have the lead, but they really need to collect themselves and start taking care of the ball.
And here is Davis after the basket by the Lakers. The alley-oop for the...
Fantastic pass to set the alley-oop jam up there. You gotta love that.
Here's Bryant. Carries the short-range jumper. He's got 22, and it does look like turnovers will be a theme here.
Without question, Kevin. Let's see if they can squeeze the orange and hold it together. They've got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball.
Bynum is tagged with the reach. That's his second foul of the game. And here is Davis. 9 points in the game so far. Griffin in close, gets the lay-in. He's got 18.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 7.
Get up! Get up!
Passes back. Here's Paul.
Time to be prepared. It was too late. That's how to rise up for the throwdown.
Barron is one basket away from a double-double. See what he does here. To Kamen. Bynum on it. Over Bynum. Tipped. Bynum hit the block, and it's still a 5-point game. Gasol gets in close. A shot, no good. Now the Clippers take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. On the wing, Eric Gordon nails the easy jumper. He's got 23.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Right block. Here's our test. Nails it. Close range. Nice shot by the 11th-year veteran out of St. John's. On the shot clock. Griffin. Two hands for safety.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
And here is Bryant.
What improvisation. He turns every dunk into something special.
Here comes Davis. It's a 5-point game. Here's Gordon. Carries the short-range jumper.
I should have blocked.
He's got 25.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
Here's Gasol. Up high and down hard.
With his length, Kevin, you don't necessarily have to go way up top to throw it down.
To Canby, the jumper, and a piece of it. Great play by Gasol. Gasol cans it from in close.
He's putting the team on his back, trying to keep his team in this thing. He's doing a pretty good job.
Kamen inside. On the money. 21 points in the game.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. Well executed there.
Sabina. Cannon's there. From inside, almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for two. That one is on Keenan.
Kobe Bryant is one of the game's top point makers. But it's not just all about scoring. He scores because his footwork complements his agility, and his savvy and smarts are at the top of the charts.
Can't sink the first. See the Clippers making some changes. He misses them both.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Canby with it. Griffin backs in. Here's Telfair. He's off from three. The Lakers trail. The break is on. Brown. To Powell. Baseline. Here's Gasol. It's rebounded by Campbell.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot.
Gordon was camped in the lane, and he gets the 3-second call. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. They'll be meeting up with the Mavericks. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Bryant will get a well-earned rest. And it's the Lakers' ball. It's a 5-point game. Tries to lay it in, but it doesn't go.
And look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, is hold on to the ball. They had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 98-93. Chris Keenan has played well. 21 points and 2 blocks.
Well, he's doing a great job on D. He's been locking down the paint and has some big blocks.
Fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game. And so here are the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Telfair dumps it off. Finders top of the key. Off right iron.
Well, he was wide open for a reason. D was just begging for him to attempt that shot.
To Powell. Deflects the pass. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Davis. Goes up. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
Wow. Been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Gasol to Brown. Baseline. Here's Gasol. Gets it to the ball. He has 31.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change play.
And it's tracked down by the Lakers. To Powell, the jump hook hits the bucket.
Those are the shot opportunities you want, right in the lane.
And so here are the Clippers. 3-point lead. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And here is Butler. Jordan defended by Gasol. The Clippers can't cash in. Vujicic. The Clippers clinging to a small lead.
They could use a basket here, Kevin. It's getting close.
Can't make the open shot.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Gasol. He's guarded by Thornton. Here's Powell. It's good.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
To Jordan. Turnover by the Clippers.
Feels like somebody needs a jolt of coffee because he wasn't paying attention there.
Williams is in at the point. And here is Williams. The pass cut off by Davis. That'll be his fourth takeaway so far.
Terrific sequence that time. Quick hands for the steal, and they streak out for the fast break finish.
And Los Angeles turns it over.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
Let's quickly go over to Cheryl Miller, who spoke with Coach Phil Jackson.
Thanks, guys. He really wants his team to attack the paint. He said, guys, let's really attack them inside. We have an advantage down there. Let's use it, guys.
Okay, thanks. Now Gasol. He's got 31.
They finally come back to tie it up. Let's see if they can pull ahead now.
We've got a tie ball game on our hands. Griffin backs down. Telford kept alive. Candy the screen. Here's Davis. Off target from downtown. And it's the Lakers now. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Gasol. He's guarded by Thornton. To Powell. To the right corner. Oden to take the lead. Thornton grabs the rebound inside. And so here are the Clippers. Here's Telfair. Can't knock in the three.
This quarter's been a disaster for him, Kevin. He just can't buy a bucket.
The Lakers looking for their first lead of the game. And here is Williams.
The windmill finish. He's putting on a show out there. That dunk was hardcore.
And the Clippers have possession, trailing by 2. Passes back to the right wing. To Griffin. And the shot is off. And the Lakers go with it the other way. The dump off to Odom. Leads him with the pass.
Too easy. Far too easy.
And so here are the Clippers. Right around 7 minutes left to the fourth. Davis to Griffin. Powell on him. Stop the drought, and that is good. And here is Williams. Down low. Odom inside.
That's unselfish team basketball right there, man.
And the Clippers have possession.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
And he makes the first one. See the Clippers making some changes. Gets them both. And here is Williams. About 6.5 minutes left in the game. To Odom. He's guarded by Thornton. Roby on the paint. Flies in for the layup.
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
The comeback is on in the second half.
Now Gordon, defended by Bryant from 11 feet away. And it's Gordon missing. The Lakers in the lead. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
Kevin, this guy keeps constant pressure on the defense whenever he has the ball. He's a good decision maker, he can score, and he's also a terrific passer. He seems to always make the right decision with the ball.
And here is Davis. 9 points in the game so far. And here is Bryant. Aaron Davis unable to get his shot to go. Hooked away. And it's hauled in by Davis.
No, they're lucky to be leading here as much as we've seen rather loose control of the basketball, Kevin.
The three was drained by Davis. And he's got a double-double. And here's Los Angeles. 3-point lead to Kobe. Shot is off. And the Clippers the other way now. They trailed by as many as 6. We're talking about loose ball control. Lots of turnovers for them. Remarkable. They're even still in this game, much less leading.
Well, somehow they've been able to overcome the turnovers to compensate for their lack of good ball handling. I mean, we've seen so much else in their play shine other than the turnovers.
Here's Bryant. He was talking about his turnovers, Clark. He just doesn't look confident out there for some reason.
No, he's very shaken, he's uncomfortable, and he's unsure. And we all have days like that. Even those of us that do our job pretty well, you just have to get focused and move on, try to relax. That's a terrific play. I call that a room service dime because all he had to do was catch it and finish.
And here is Davis. He's got 12. Al Thornton trailing by 4. Over Williams. Blocked. It's a close game here in Los Angeles. Owen. Now Bynum. Defended by Gordon. Williams. Misses the tray.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area.
The Clippers trail. And here is Williams. About 3.5 minutes left in the fourth. Oden on the inside. Takes it up. Gets the bucket and the foul.
A great job getting the ball inside right now. Coach really wants them to show some physical presence and toughness here in the second half. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Some adjustments for both teams.
A good job getting to the line here in this half. I mean, I think that speaks a lot to this team's fortitude. They were determined to get that ball inside and draw foul.
And here is Williams. Here's Williams. Great finishing trick.
That's a heck of a job to lay it around the taller defender, Kevin. Lovely, agile finish.
And here is Davis. He's got 12. Going inside. Barely. Oh, just missed it. But he drew contact. And he'll head to the line. That's on Lewis Williams.
That's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
And he splits the free throw.
You can see the difference here in the second half, and it's a big difference as far as their intentions on taking that ball inside. They're getting to the paint and drawing fouls at a much higher rate than they did in the first half.
Now Bynum. He's got 20. Corralled by Griffin. And he now has a double-double.
What a game he's had on the boards. He absolutely will not be denied inside.
And here is Davis. He's guarded by Williams. To Gordon. Came in a screen. Here's Griffin. The pick. Takes it home.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Coach Jackson calls for a timeout. They're winning by 2. 1:58 left in the game. And here is Williams. He has 6. Williams. Dumps it off to Bynum from close range. Oh, so close, but he drew the foul, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. There are so many stories in the NBA, especially with the good teams like the Los Angeles Lakers and with rising stars like Andrew Bynum. But with Bynum and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar working together, I mean, those have got to be priceless workouts. And one I'm sure Bynum will look back and say, thank goodness I had this as my teacher.
Yeah, I agree with you there, boy. What a priceless opportunity for Bynum when you consider the greatest scorer in the history of the game is able to share some of that knowledge and wisdom and expertise. I just trust that Bynum is a willing pupil, and it appears that he is because the improvement that young man has made in his short career speaks to the fact that he's worked at it, but he's also gotten some good instruction.
And here is Williams. Chris Kaman making his last shot.
Well, it's good. They got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
Here's the break. Up ahead. Turnover by the Clippers.
You needed that. You needed that.
Los Angeles is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without fouling.
And, they get definitely more active under the glass, out rebounding, out hustling.
Yeah, and if they can continue to create those chances, Kevin, then their momentum, I think, will stay positive, and they'll be able to build on that.
And the Lakers have possession after the Clippers pick up 2.
Well, he got him. The Heat definitely got their money's worth on that.
Off target on the first. He misses them both. Here comes Davis. 13 points in the game. Less than 1 minute left. Griffin, guarded by Odom. The tray. Shot misses. And the Lakers go with it the other way. They trail by as many as 13 points. Artest is home for the joint. That's his first foul of the game.
Great D. Set his feet, took the collision, and got the whistle in his favor. He's really doing a great job of finding the open man, and he has his team working in harmony because of it. It's like he has a second set of eyes.
He is doing such a great job of distributing fun. How do you counteract that?
They need to put more pressure on the ball and to try to force him to give it up before he gets comfortable. Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up the rock. Nice ball.
Now Bynum to end the run. Finishes with a soft touch.
Big time basket in the clutch, Kevin.
A different group set to go for the Lakers. And here is Davis. Here's Davis. It's hauled in by Artest. Bryant is in at shooting guard. Kobe buries it.
That's exactly what coaches love to see. Good execution on the inbounds play.
The Clippers call for a 20-second timeout. They're losing by 2. 1 second left to the fourth. Clark, what's your tip?
With under 2 seconds remaining, you got to hurry it up. Get the ball up quickly and take one dribble and get it to the rim.
Here's Davis. Oh, heartbreak. All or nothing there, and he couldn't knock it down. The Lakers win the nail-biter as they defeat the Clippers. 125 to 123. Kobe Bryant is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
Boy, he took it hard to the rim. So demoralizing to a defense, Kevin, when a guy's flying in there, dunking it at will.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
That was What did everybody have? Lou had 16 assists with 6 points. Kobe had 34 and 6. Hal had 31, 5 and 3. Bynum had 22 and 9. Lamar Odom contributed 7, 6, and 4. Sasha had 2, 2, and 2. And it had 8 assists. Okay. Yeah, Ron didn't do too much. Ron didn't do too much. He should have been much better. But now I gotta go see if I can get another center. Cause whoa, we were getting abused early in the first half. To see what centers I can get. Okay, Josh Boone. Oh no, that ain't good enough. Got Roy Hibbert. Okay. Trying to see who we can go for here. You got any suggestions? Let me know. Thomas. Versus Oh, okay, Gordon. That's not gonna work contract wise. Okay. Those contracts don't line up. We line up. Because I can't get his contract to line up. And I go. We see anything. Can I make this work? One is 4. I'm making this tough. I'll give you a second. Dang, so I have to give you both of my first. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait a minute. We gotta give everybody some minutes here. They consider Shannon a 2. Wait. First of all, let me check my roster, see what I got. Oh yeah, got ready for it, so I can. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Can I? Much. I can basically make the same thing. Well, yeah, we're looking good now. Looking good. Need to go back thing. This. I'm setting all this up. Oh no, no, no. Handling. Up. Good. Patient looks good. It's looking like complete multiplayer deal. Yes, yes, we did. I needed the family from them. I'm just taking a momentary snack break. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Um, so you then go, it's my dog. But she's a good dog, but she's not. Pretty sure she's getting herself a couple times, but definitely. She's just laying in. Wait, wait. Yeah, mess with her. Yeah, that dog. Sleep if you want to. Yeah. Let's finish. Gonna do one more game and then I'm done. Have a game. Once we get think he 20 to 25. You have a good chance. Yeah, pretty good chance at winning this ball game. Well, first of all, I want to see who Dallas got. Does Dallas have on their Ooh, okay, so they got a couple players hurt. Dirk is still up there at 83. Got you got Jason Terry up there. Although Jason Kidd should be second best player right now. Somehow he got hurt. We'll have to check that out. I think what happened to Josh Howard, too. Um, Bruce Heel. Rick Lopez has an inflamed elbow. Josh Howard has a dislocated finger. Jason Kidd, sprained wrist. James Posey, strained groin. Oh, Delonte West has a sprained wrist. Tyson Chandler has a bruised sternum. What's going on in the rumor mill? There's no room for that. Okay. Yeah, and it's only been my trade so far. Only one game into the season. Well, now that we see what they're working with,
The fearsome Dallas Mavericks square up against the world champion Los Angeles Lakers in Friday Night Basketball here on 2K Sports.
The Lakers look to take charge of Staples Center, and we're bringing it to you from Los Angeles here on 2K Sports. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Markello. And T-Mobile starting lineup for Bill Jackson and Rick Carlisle. Jason Kidd, a guy who has so much respect around the league, Clark, an incredible playmaker, rugged, smart player. I mean, he really thinks the game.
And not only that, but he's a guy who plays at a very high pace. I mean, his motor is always revved up. That makes him special.
Let's check out the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. Well, Clark, let's take a look at the Mavericks for just a second. What's the key for that?
Well, they got to find a way to limit Kobe. He's a dead-eye marksman from long range. Deep range, I call it in-the-gym range.
On the other side, Clark, how about the Lakers? What do they need to do to secure a win?
I think the whole team has to be on the same page, zeroed in when you're facing a player like Dirk Nowitzki. He's an excellent rebounder, no backboard. So you've got to get into him and deny him prime position inside.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. And here's Williams. Jason Kidd making his last shot.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
how you were supposed to pass the ball on drive, you passed it first. I want you to pass
Kobe
the ball.
is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul of the game. Josh Shower's been a pretty good sidekick to Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas.
He sure has been, Kevin, and you know why? Because he's a scorer. He's not just a shooter, he's a scorer. He can get in the lane, he gets offensive rebounds, he runs the break, and he can make a mid-range jump shot.
Here's Kidd. Coming off a foul outing against Washington. The break is up. Bryant. Shot misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Kidd. Nowitzki up top. Over to Saul. Nowitzki's shot is no good. 4 games, 1 team. That's a nice chunk of your schedule.
Exact same conference, too, Kevin. So anytime he's not a sensational dunker, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
To the dirt. He's up against this hole. Nowitzki was parked down low and got hit with the second ball. And here's Williams. Knocked loose. A pass cut off by the Mavericks. Nowitzki is free. Marion. To down here. To the elbow.
The defense is looking to give him that one every time. Just not a good mid-range jump shot.
Stolen away. Lakers on D. Coming to this, having outplayed the Clippers last game.
You know, they definitely maintain their focus in their poise. They put on a real entertaining comeback. And that's always a feel-good game when you can win it like that.
And here's Williams, following the score by Dallas. Here's Gasol. Yes! And the foul. Dirk Nowitzki gives him that. Some adjustment for both teams. No good, and they don't get the three-point play. good.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point marks.
The Lakers trail. Here's Bryant. From three-point land.
Anytime a guy scores on you, it's natural that you want to go right back at him. But he couldn't match that last three.
The Mavericks will hold on to it. Paul Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's been a monster inside early on, and it's a matchup nightmare.
You know, you knew he'd come out of the gate physically, but he is really asserting himself down there, and he's getting any look he wants.
And with that being the case, it's important to make sure you keep getting him the ball. You know the defense will start to adjust trying to keep it out of there, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be effective in keeping him down.
Nowitzki's shot is no good.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense. Sometimes they just don't fall.
From short range, graceful finish. Well, Lamar Odom has made his tour around the NBA, college and Rhode Island. He's played at Miami with the Los Angeles Lakers, Clippers. He's been around. He seems to really kind of fill a role, so he didn't fit.
Yeah, I think he's very comfortable being the second and third option. His versatility lends itself to that. I also think his demeanor and his disposition lends itself to that. He's a guy who doesn't necessarily need to be the go-to guy. He's comfortable in his own skin, knowing what it is he can do and realizing how important that is to his team, even if he's not the so-called marquee guy or star guy. And you got to have those second and third fiddle guys who are comfortable in producing in that role. He's one of those guys.
That's a good phrase. And here's Williams. Jason Terry picking up that last pass. Got a piece of it. Here's Bryant. Kept alive. Here's Gasol. It's in. He's got it.
What a hard ball game. Trading baskets, trading elbows, trading attitude. It's a battle.
Swing pass. Terry with it, defended by Bryant. To Marion. Dumps it off. Hit. No, and a three-point attempt.
There's another example, Kevin, of how they're hustling to all the missed shots to get an edge in the rebounding area.
Here's Bryant. Shoot up. The Mavericks trailing, and it's that hustle clock that translates into more opportunities. Getting going, catch it.
Yep, exactly right. They're really going after it to start this game. A nice good start.
The shot is good from Nowitzki. We haven't seen a 7-footer like Dirk Nowitzki before. I don't know that we'll see one again. He sure is fun to watch now.
Yeah, he really is, Kevin. You know, when you think about the numbers he puts up, his proficiency from the floor and from the foul line as a 7-footer. People knock him about maybe not coming up in the clutch on a regular basis, but he's been very productive and extremely consistent throughout his career. I think he's one of the true stars of the game and has been for the bulk of his career.
Some changes there for the Lakers, and the Lakers call time here. Here's 4. Under 6 minutes left in the first. Gasol backs in. Takes it up.
That's a statement shot right there, Kevin. Clear the runway for your own protection.
Here's Nowitzki. Gets in close. Finishes with a soft touch.
That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
Here's 4. Kobe. Down hard.
Nice throw that. Now take it to the rim and make it happen.
Here's Correa. Dumps it off. Here's Ross. Shoot up. Terry. gets up a three. That's good. He's got 8.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Now Gasol. Flushes it with a one-hand jam.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Here are the Mavericks. They defeated the Wizards in their last.
Well, I love how they attacked the defense. That was impressive. They were able to get inside, draw fouls, get to the line, and then they made an important free throw.
Still controlled by the Mavericks. Nowitzki gets the bucket and the foul. They get Paul Gasol. A lot of good European players in the NBA. Dirk Nowitzki may be right there at the top.
Yeah, he really is at the top, without question. I mean, you look at his consistency and his production. This guy clearly has put himself in high praise as a player since he's been in the NBA.
Here's 4. Terry grabs the board. Final round. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Correa. Lamar holds it in.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Here's Bryant inside. Can't get it to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Nowitzki. Bryant gets the board inside. And here comes Kobe Bryant. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Odom down low. In close. Lays it right in.
This agility and soft touch really paid off there. Not many players could have laid that in.
And the Mavericks call time here. A different group set to go for the Lakers.
So far.
And Dallas has possession. Just over 3 minutes left in the first. To Terry, let's loose for 3. Here's Cookie. The putback is good.
I love that. Forget about the tip. Just pound it home.
The Lakers trail. Hands it off to Vujacic. Thrown by the Mavericks.
They haven't adjusted to the defensive intensity they're facing, and it's resulted in far too many turnovers here. I mean, just in this quarter alone, they've been throwing it all over the gym.
And the Lakers have possession. Trailing by 4. Here's McGee. Misses the layup.
Come on, man. You can't miss those.
Deflects the pass. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers. And Clark, you're right. It does seem like the defensive intensity has ratcheted up.
It sure has, Kevin. And when that's the case, you've got to be even more strong and more focused with the ball. They've got to try and keep up the pace, but they've got to do it under control.
The long shot 3 was off by Correa. 4. That's down. McGee. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. The Mavericks leading. Here's Cross. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
You know, they've been doing an excellent job, Kevin, on the offensive boards here. Keeping the ball alive and then converting those second chances when they get it.
Here's 4. And here's Odom. A steal by Nowitzki. Here's Terry. Rips it down with one hand. 10 points for him. And as you said, they've been active on the offensive glass.
Boy, that's something I love to see, Kevin. As a former offensive rebound myself, I know how demoralizing it is to the opponent when you get a second chance and you put it in the back.
A two-handed jam. Here are the Mavericks. 6-point game. Dirk. Kept alive. Here's Terry. Buries it from 14 feet.
He's really doing a nice job leading his team and setting a terrific pace this quarter. He's been absolutely dominant.
Here's Ford. Goes up. Open shot. Good.
Kevin, this has really been a competitive, fun game.
33 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Nowitzki. Buries with a short-range jumper. 8 points for him.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good now.
The jump off to Artest. McGee lays it right in.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, both teams have been on a tear. This could be a very high-scoring game.
Here's Terry. It's in for three. He's shooting 75% from deep. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by the Mavericks.
And I know they're not happy with the way they've turned the basketball over. It can't be fun to watch or fun to be part of.
The Mavericks have taken the early lead.
They've been crashing the offensive glass. They've got a lot of second chance buckets. If you don't box out, you get your feelings hurt.
And we end an exciting first quarter. The score, 33-24.
We're gonna keep plugging along.
And here's Williams.
We're only down by 11 right now.
Here's McGee from close range. Sean Marion grabs the miss.
Gotta make those
He's
down.
picked off by McGee.
It's hard to make a pinpoint pass from that far away. He couldn't get a hold of him.
Here's what's going on tomorrow night. It's going to be LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. They'll host the Charlotte Bobcats. It'll get rolling at 7:30 Eastern. It'll be fun to watch. It's one-on-one. Here's Kidd. Mary connects on the baseline jumper. Nice bucket by the 11th-year veteran out of UNLV. And here's Williams. To Williams. Over Marion. Here's McGee. Slams it back in. 8 points for him.
Well, that's where he's so dangerous. You let him hang around the rim area, and he'll make you pay, as we just saw.
Here's Kidd. Got a piece of it. Here's Dampier. Shot no good. And the Lakers go it the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Williams. Kobe. A three. Good.
That's simply what a superstar does. He can make the most difficult plays look silky smooth.
Here's Marion on the paint. Graceful finish. 6 points for him.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Mavericks. And here's what's in store tomorrow night at 7:30. It'll be Jordan Hill and the New York Knicks. They'll play host to the Philadelphia 76ers. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
You can count on both teams want to win.
Yep. Hot by the shot clock. Here's Bryant. Kept alive. Dunks it down with one hand. Here's Kidd. And here's Thomas. Howard plays it in. Sweet time to lead him to the rack. Josh Howard won the ACC Player of the Year in conference. That has been a better pro than a college.
I agree with you. He had a terrific senior year at Wilmore. He's had a really good pro career. The key for Josh is just to be consistent. He's had tremendous stretches where he's been outstanding, and then every now and then he'll go a tag AWOL. This is the guy that can do it all. Rebound the ball, he can defend his position, he can score. And I think he's improved over his career as a perimeter shooter. I think he has to be a little more selective so that he doesn't settle for the perimeter shot. He's a high-quality offensive player.
And the Mavericks call time here. Some changes there for the Lakers. And here's Howard. 23 points his last outing. Here's Howard. Rebound by 4.
One of the ways where they've shown the definite edge coverage has come on the glass today.
Here's Allen. Does not get the go-ahead, but the Mavericks leading. Correa. On his three. The Lakers trade. And for tomorrow night at 7:30, Kings will be on the road as they take on the Spurs at the AT&T Center. Start time 7:30 Eastern. Talk about that rebound edge, Clark, that it's definitely an inbuilt for them in this game.
Well, I think you open up the opportunities, Kevin, when you can stay strong in the paint area and control the board. I mean, it's a critical element in winning basketball game, rebound the ball.
And here's Williams. About 7.5 minutes left in the half.
Get up!
Here's Gasol from short range. Gets the lane. 14 points for him.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Howard. Pushes it with the one-handed jam.
Too easy. Far too easy.
It's a close game here in Los Angeles. Bynum inside. Gasol nails it from close range. Sweet touch by the 9-year veteran on Stain. Here's Howard. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. I'm inside. Kidd lays out. Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. They'll be playing the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And here's Williams. In close range, good from Bynum.
Kick it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Here's Marion, laid in softly off the glass. 8 points for him.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter. That's a great feat to find him inside. They're willing to pass the ball with a time.
Swing pass. And here's Howard, defended by Allen. On the paint. Comes back up. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be matched up against Houston. That will conclude their pre-game road. And he makes the first one. Dirk is in at center. He's off on the second. The Lakers in the lead. Stolen by Kidd. To Howard. Deflected. The Mavericks will get this one back. Los Angeles is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without foul.
Here's Kidd. Kidd to Barea from downtown, and the basket good. He's got 5.
The defense made the mistake of playing offense, and he drained it from deep.
And here's Williams. He's covered by Kidd. Here's Artest. Rebounded by Marion. Here comes Kidd. Here's Howard. Off the mark with the 3 ball.
Well done to secure that ball. Here's a guy who's not afraid to do the dirty work.
Artest hits the tray.
You can be dangerous from out there, no matter how long you leave. His first in the arc after having none in the first quarter. Keep an eye on him.
Here's Kidd. Over Williams. Bynum pulls it in, and that's his 8th rebound of the contest. Trying to convert an alley-oop, but snatched away on the edge. And a piece of it, Bynum with the denial, and it's still a 2-point game. 4 inside. The shot's good from Bynum.
He's a streaky shooter. When he gets it going, he can put points on the board in a real hurry.
Here's Kidd. He's guarded by Williams. To Barea. Here's Howard. Shot is off. And the Lakers go it the other way. And a turnover by the Lakers.
That was another possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
Here's Kidd. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. To the inside. And Marion gets it to go.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfect.
Here's Gasol. Gets the ball. 18 points for him.
Well, that was a nice start. After having a good first quarter, showing us more of the same here.
To Dirk. Barea. The tray. Tapped to line. Nowitzki in the post. Bynum.
This team hasn't really made much of an impact on the offensive glass during the second half. It's a matter of effort and attitude. They're just being out-muscled inside.
Barea hasn't had a good game so far, and he's going to sit down for a while. Gets them both.
When you're trailing and trying to come back, this is a good way of extending the game. When you've got players that have a knack or the ability to draw foul, and they attack the rim, they typically can get the ball and get themselves to the shot. Excellent anticipation there, Kev. Place that pass perfect.
And here's Howard. Tries to get going.
Another miss, and the shooting percentage continues to go south.
Great anticipation.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's holding on to the ball. Look at 4 turnovers already in this quarter.
So it's the Lakers now. They lead by 4. Artest, hook loose, stolen away by Howard.
Things got jammed up near the rim, and that left a golden opportunity for the steal.
Again, this can't continue to be the story for them. You can't convert when you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they turned it over too much.
McGee defended by Nowitzki. Baseline. It comes. They get Sean Barrett. He can't complete the three-point play. The steal by the Lakers.
I think this quarter in particular, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers.
Here's Howard. Gently drops it in. 9 points in the game so far. Here's 4. Here's Vujicic. Misses the 3.
That was not good shot selection. You need to be patient, move the ball, move the defense, and find someone for an open shot.
And here's Howard. 9 points in the game so far. And Clark can see the kind of plays where they're able to run their offense. As a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrating, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both.
On defense for the Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. McGee lays it in. Sweet time to lead to the rack. 10 points for him.
He's been known for his soft touch at the rim, but he did a really nice job of laying it in with the defender's lurking.
And here's Nowitzki. He's got 10. McGee gets the reach-in ball. That's his first foul of the game.
The Lakers can thank the bench for their solid play. They really are coming up big here.
It has to be nice having that kind of firepower waiting to come in off the bench.
Well, you know the starters love when they can get a breather and the team doesn't miss a beat. It builds confidence and trust in one another when you get that kind of play.
Terry with it. We saw with 19 points as halftime. By the Mavericks. And here's Williams. Here's Bryant. Misses the buzzer beater.
This has been a fast-paced game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. And that concludes the first half. The score, 61-59. Now it's time for T-Mobile halftime report. Let's have a look at the team stats from the first half. Lakers have been doing a great job of cleaning the glass.
Yeah, but they've got to continue to work hard on the board in the second half. This is still anybody's game.
Gotta like what Jason Kidd has done in this game.
You know, he's really stood out, especially defensively. He's been tremendously active. It seemed like every time on D, he came up with a steal.
Start of the third quarter here. Got a close one. Glad you can join us as we get underway. And here's Williams. Lyman inside. Brings it down with one hand. 10 points for him.
Despite his height, he's choosing when to dunk. But when he does, make way.
Here's Nowitzki. Nails the easy jumper. And they narrow the gap to 2.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Get up!
shot he should have made.
Howard. And it's tied up.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man with a great look.
Here's Bryant. Ducks it down with one hand.
Great look ahead up court to set up an easy, fast break back.
Swing pass snatched away. Tipped out of bounds. Touch last by the Mavericks.
Kobe, I don't know why you stopped running.
And here's Williams. To Kobe. It's close. They recover. Here's our test. No good. And Dallas the other way.
Ill-advised shot there. No question about it.
Kidd inside. Finishes with a soft touch. He's got 6.
Effortless, soft layup. Nice play.
Here's Bryant. Connects from close. Nice shot by the 14-year veteran out of Lower Marion High School. The Mavericks trailing. They gotta push it. Howard. And here's Nowitzki. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Marion. Can't take the lead.
And after that first miss, they're 3 or 4. They're trying to run them out of the building right now.
Kobe. Sean Marion grabs the miss.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get on the court here.
Let's quickly go over to Cheryl Miller, who spoke with Coach Phil Jackson.
Hey, Kev, we want everyone to work on one thing. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. If you can't keep the ball, it's hard to score. I'll keep it close, but then you got this. Kev?
Thank you, Cheryl. Coach is in it powerful. No good, and they don't get the three-point play. The Lakers break. Here's Bryant. Can't connect on the quick shot.
Can't fault that shot since he was wide open. And he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Here's Nowitzki. Buries the corner jumper. 14 points for him.
Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Buries the short-range jumper. Here's Kidd. He's got 8. About 8.5 minutes left in the third. To Dirk. Guarded by Odom. He knocks down the first one. Hunt is in it powerful. Gets him both. And here's Williams. Here's our test. Williams leads the game in assists.
That's where you get the high machine shot when you get the ball inside. Good things happen. That's a nice play.
Dumps it off. Tries to keep it alive. The Mavericks with the turnover. Odom is in small forward. And here's Williams. Here's Bryant from short range. Gets the land. 16 points for him.
No one really can test him at the basket that time, Kev. He's just too good in there to leave the door open.
Nowitzki in the post. Fouls there. On the top right, the Lakers get the rejection, and it's still tied up. Kidd.
My good gracious, Kevin. That's got to be the dunk of the night. No question about it.
To Marion. Gets up the triple. That's good.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They bring it on one. Williams up on top. He's covered by Kidd. Kobe. Yeah, here's Williams. Catch the line. Takes it up. Goes up. Howard and Roca. The Mavericks leading. Here's Howard. Shoot up. It's tipped. Takes it up. Gets another shot. And this time it counts. 18 points for him.
After a subpar first half, I like the way he's been much more aggressive here in the second. The guy you would expect to lead the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Williams is tagged with the reach. That's his third foul.
Brown can prevent the easy basket. You'll have to earn it at the line.
Jerry with it. He's got 15. To the paint. Nowitzki in the post. Fouls there. Here's Dampier. Yes! And the foul. He completes the three-point play. Eric Dampier, one of those important parts, although he doesn't get headlines for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, he's very more than serviceable because he's a shot blocker, ball winner. And I think he does a pretty good job of being able to last. He can be a sneaky scorer when he gets two opportunities inside.
Jerry with it. Lamar Odom picking up that last test. Nowitzki backs him down. Howard on the corner. Nowitzki pops it in on the way out. He's got 18.
Kev, you can't let him get the ball that close to the basket. By that time, it's already too late.
Dampier snatches it inside.
He hasn't had the type of game we thought we'd see. But despite that, the team is still doing quite well.
And Marion gets it to go.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Timeout call for the Lakers. The one-year college requirement mark is interesting. We're seeing kids now come out after their freshman year, some after their sophomore year in college. Is it helping or hurting college? And is it helping or hurting the NBA?
Well, I think it's a mixed bag at this point. It's only been a couple of years now that we've had the mandatory go-to-college rule for high school players. They've got to at least spend a year in college, and at that point they can determine whether they go to the NBA. I think 1 year of college is better than none. I certainly think 2 or 3 years of college would be ideal. But right now we are where we are, and I do think it has a negative impact in some cases on the colleges and on the program. Pros don't get fully more developed players from a physical standpoint and a maturity standpoint. And at the college level, it can be very dysfunctional for a program when you have successive years where you have one-and-done players. So it's a mixed bag at this point.
Jerry with it. 15 points in the game. Here's Terry. Brings it for three. 18 points for him.
Right now, they're getting the long ball to fall for. I mean, they didn't have the same success they had earlier in the first half, but they stuck with it, stayed persistent in what they do, and now it's starting to pay off.
Nowitzki in the post. Fouls there.
You got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
Powell gets in close. Kept alive. With the second effort, lays it back in.
That's a great hustle there, Kevin. Persistent pain.
Luis gets called for the legs, and that's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, go to one. And he gets the first one.
They didn't shoot well from the line in the first half. But they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
Here's four. Terry Gabriel. Terry dives for it, but it's smacked down by Odom. On the paint, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki. And here we go with Jason Terry. 20 points for him. Terry. Good. Puts it in on the sweet hit. He's got 6.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
poked away.
Kevin, you know, they're behind. And you got to point to all those turnovers as a big reason why.
Here's Kidd from inside. Graceful finish. Nice bucket by the 16th-year veteran out of camp. So it's the Lakers now. 11-point game. Powell inside. He's working on Nowitzki. Shot misses. And Dallas the other way. And Clark, you mentioned the turnovers they really need to make each possession count.
Without question, Kevin, I mean, when you turn it over, you take away a chance from yourself and give the other team a chance. And they're in a hole, but they still got time to get out of it. They just need to limit the turnover to have a shot to get back.
And so here's Dallas. Nowitzki is screen. Gets a good look. Scooped up. Terry with it. In close. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They trail by 11. On the low block. Here's McGee. Hits the hook shot. 12 points for him.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
He's got to push it. Howard is in for three. He's got 21. 12 in this quarter alone. 4 to the pick.
No soft stuff for him. When he throws it down, he throws it down hard.
To Nowitzki. Powell on him. Here's Kidd.
Dunk with the rebound.
To Gooden from short range. No good. And the Lakers go it the other way. Vujacic launches it, and now it's good.
And now he's rushing from the outside here. Maybe we should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Terry with it. 20 points for him. 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Good anticipation for the steal.
And here's Odom. They trail by 7. Nice shot by Vujacic.
Goodness, Kevin, their offense is really qualified. If this keeps up, they won't be behind for long. That's a good look. Very nice look.
Here's Vujacic. The shot is off. We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 101 to 95. Josh Howard came to play. 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 steals.
Yeah, he continues to make an impact on the defensive end, Kevin. He's made some key steals.
Fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game.
Both teams playing hard.
3 quarters have been played, but the outcome remains undecided. Welcome everyone to the start of the fourth quarter.
Come on. So with the stopping of the game, I swear they do this every time. Hey,
Terry with it. He's got 22. To Kidd. High post. And here's Nowitzki. McGee's there. Nice shot by Terry.
There isn't much that the defense can do to stop them in this half, Kevin. I mean, they're scoring with relative ease. Everything is flowing nicely. The ball movement, the player movement, pass, the right and shooting pocket. I mean, that's excellent offense.
And it's our test missing. Our test is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul. Here's Kidd. 10 points for him.
That'll be better.
Ross. Nice job on the assist by Kidd. And that gives him a double-double. And here is Bryant. 18 points for him. Jams it on.
Did be expected real quick.
He can't complete the three-point play. Hook it off the offensive rebound.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the board to be left alone.
The alley-oop.
Wow!
The Lakers trade.
They're doing that wearing a bad spot.
Here's Gasol. Checked in by Murray. And he's got a double-double. Inside.
Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up a run. Nice goal.
And turnover by the Lakers.
Appears like somebody needs a jolt of coffee because he wasn't paying attention there.
We've seen Jason Terry really have a great game.
This is just a magnificent shooting performance we're watching here. The other team has to feel help.
He is lights out from beyond the arc, and he shows no signs of slowing down.
Well, Kevin, sometimes there's not much you can do other than challenging every shot, maybe throwing different defenders at him, but sometimes you just have to hope that he misses a shot.
And Dallas has possession. Following the bucket by the Lakers.
It's nice to give the fans some eye candy, but you got to convert.
Here's Bryant. Oh, barely misses with a shot, but he'll go to the line for two. That's on Jason Terry. Clark, when they write the final chapter on Kobe Bryant, where will he rank in this game?
Well, I think he'll be a Hall of Famer first ballot, no doubt. When you consider the guys that have come into the NBA right out of high school, he will be considered one of the forerunners to have successful careers as a guy who never played in college. Actually, he may go down, when you consider him and LeBron James and some others, he very well could go down. Kevin Garnett, he could very well go down, maybe as the highest scoring of that group of players that have come into the NBA.
Most spectacular player, maybe of his generation right now. I mean, there's been Dominique, there's been Michael, but now in this generation.
Yeah, I think he'd be right there. As a matter of fact, you could put him in the group of all-time most dynamic and dominating players. Time will tell where those guys are.
And the Lakers call time here. Good on number two. Here's Kidd. 10 points for him. Let's quickly go over to Cheryl Miller, who spoke with Coach Phil Jackson.
Thanks, guys. He told the team to stretch out defensively and really put pressure on the ball. He said we've got to get in their face, take them out of their comfort zone. He wants to see deflection and steals. Yeah?
Thanks, Cheryl. Kobe. Nowitzki put around it, and then gets 8th rebound of the contest. Here's Terry tonight from close range. Not the stop thanks to the block by Williams. Here's Bryant, and the Lakers for a 3-point play. They get Sean Murray, and the Mavericks going with something different. No good, and they don't get the 3-point play.
He got the rebound.
Ross. Too much mustard on that.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
So it's the Lakers now. 6-point game. And Dallas has possession. Maybe got a 12-point lead early. Here's Terrell uncovered. It's hauled in by Artest.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Here's Bryant.
Here in the early going, fouls continue to be a problem. You're having trouble in that area.
pull the game back, then we need to do it.
He knocks down the first one. And he splits the free throw.
Right now, they're benefiting from the whistle. They can come back and win the game. You can point to their willingness and aggressiveness in taking the ball to the hole as the main reason.
Artest. Here's the try.
They pull themselves back into the game. They need to ride this momentum.
That's his second takeaway of the contest. Passes back, and here is Williams. To tie it up. Williams is on the charge. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Yeah, perfect positioning got the call. That's a textbook example of how to take a charge.
The Mavericks leading. Stolen by Artest.
The closer in you get more than one team to the field. Now, protect the run. Very shaky, he's uncomfortable, he's unsure. We all have days like that. Those of us that do our job pretty well, you just have to get close and move on, try to relax, try to get some good going.
And here is Williams. After Dallas has missed from the yard. Finish off the break.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. Trailing by two to McGee. It's in!
Yeah, both teams have been rounding up here in the second half.
It's all time! Marion. From down. The Lakers trade.
The fact that he was able to get that off.
To McGee. He's against Goodwin. Shoots from the post. Puts it in for two.
Intensity level really picked up here in the second half.
Right wing. Good. Blocked. The Lakers with a chance to finally retake the lead. Here's Artest. Does not get the go-ahead, but
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, and I thought it was a pretty good look.
Good inside. He's against Williams. Ross. It's Miller from deep.
His offense normally comes and goes, but he'll take that putt.
To McGee. From inside. Gets the lead.
Well, it's almost impossible to miss as the D is playing that song.
Here's Carroll. Buries it.
Great vision on the play there. Pass it in perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Gasol. That's good. And Dallas has possession. They've held a 12-point lead early. They're off the bat at Clippers as it is. They'll be playing in the second. They'll be second against two-game road trip. To the middle. To Artest. They'll get another shot. Both teams changing it up. Vujacic to McGee. To take the lead. Finishes with the
He's got a sky-high field goal percentage, and that's because he's been working to get good looks.
Here's Kidd. He's got 10. Here's Nowitzki. Sinks it.
That's a terrific play. I call that a rule service dime, because all he had to do was catch it and defend.
On defense, the Mavericks. They lead by one. Right around. 4 minutes left to the fourth. For the
That should be illegal, Kevin. The vertical game is in full effect. Look out below.
Here's four. Gasol backs down. Shot is no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
Nobody even touched that.
Here. Shot is good.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second. After having a very forgettable first half.
Here's our test.
There's no way.
And here we go with Jason Terry. He's got 27. This is the shot.
That was a block.
Some changes there for the Lakers. Here's four. And it's a 7-point game. Line inside. He's working on Nowitzki. To win the run.
That's where you're going to get the high precision look. Easy shoot there.
Here comes Kidd. He's got 12. And it's Randy Boyd with the rebound.
Well, it is graphic the rebound. This is immediate love really dominating the others.
Lead pass. Time inside. And here we go with Jason Terry. In close.
That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
The Lakers still have time.
That's right. But they've got to keep their composure. Got to play with force. Stay cool and chip him away at.
And you're right about the dogfight, Mark. You can tell that the whole team really wants this.
Yeah, without question. If being as close as it is right now, a hard-fought game, you expect this intensity to keep up.
And the Lakers have possession. 7-point differential. Here's Bryant. Nails it from close range. He has 28 points for the game.
It seems like he got every point this quarter. Just an amazing job helping cut into this lead.
Here's Kidd. He's got 12.
Open the doors for turnovers. They switch to the half-court track.
And here's Nowitzki. The shot is good from Nowitzki.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
Kobe got a hand on it. Good team by Murray. To Howell. With the shot. Takes it home.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Here's Bryant. And then this is 9 rebounds and more.
What are you doing?
The Mavericks will keep possession.
Almost picked it off. Still, nice hustle there to deflect the pass out of bounds.
Kobe doesn't want to play right now. Like, what is going on?
Terry with it. He's got 27. Releases. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They trail by 11. Kobe. To Howell. Here's Kidd. The Mavericks should slow it down here.
Should have 3 dunks.
On the paint, here's Terry. Bryant with the rebound. And the Lakers have possession. Down low. Kobe lays his hands. Time to lead into the rack.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
Bryant gets the reaching home. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Kidd. He's got 12. Over by it stays here. It's been quite a game for Dirk Nowitzki.
He's been devouring rebounds here in the last few minutes. Leave some for your teammates, big fella.
He's really been aggressive, tracking down rebounds and securing the ball for his team. Cherry with it. And the turnover by the Lakers. The Lakers with time running out. And this one does not look good. Here comes Kidd. Here's Howard. Gently drops it in. He has 29.
Well, Kevin, I think it's safe to say they got this one wrapped up.
Here's Bynum. He's
Not a sensational dunk, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
Here comes Kidd.
We definitely have to be better.
The Mavericks win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Lakers. 137 to 130.
That has got his shot.
Dirk Nowitzki is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Next time we face this
really
team,
broke.
we will
He
not
shot
have
lights
that
out.
many
There
turnovers.
was no one out on the floor who could stop him.
Well, that's it for us on behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
But Lou, we're definitely going to make you a better ball handler. By the time we face this team again, we'll be a completely different team. That one got it. I'm frustrated. See, that wasn't goaltending. That was a block. They even showed it on the replay. Gotta be better. Well, good. To an end here. That's gonna piss me off for the rest of the day. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is really gonna piss me off for the rest of the day. But as I always say, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and until next time.
Run.